We are here at Kittredge Field on a beautiful Saturday afternoon game. I'm James Marius, joined alongside my partner,
AJ Kalezi.
And AJ, the Buffs played here on Friday, a very rainy night. What'd you see from that game?
Yeah, you know, that game against Chapman on Friday was a really good game, and it could have been a coin toss. It was anyone's game. Chapman clearly walking away with the win, winning 9-8. But CU looking to be a little better at shooting the ball. Had some good opportunities, but didn't really place it well. Got their goalie hot early and had some costly turnovers.
They win the face-off here, and that's Vitale with the ball for CU.
Yeah, on Friday night, they weren't as clean at the X and weren't getting as many wins, so thus limiting their number of possessions. So look for that to be a key focus for CU this game, as Coach John Galvin will want the ball more.
The Eagles with the ball right now. That's Nick Darrow shooting in. That goes low. I believe it bounced off of CU's goalie stick, Jackson Mitchell.
Yeah, great save there by Mitchell, being on the near side pipe. Didn't get a clean save, used his hand to knock it off to the side. Big body presence early for the goalie will be key.
The wind's starting to pick up a little bit, just 40 seconds into the game so far. There's a few clouds in the sky as the Eagles have the ball here, moving it around. That's Belong with the ball, passes it across his shoulder, and that's a goal for the Eagles. That was Kristen Tota, the freshman, and he puts the Eagles up 1-0 here early.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Cut the ball, kind of came upfield and took a step to gain some more angle on the cage. Goalie never really saw the ball, and he stuck it to the far side. Great shot there by number 34 from Concordia-Irvine.
Well, a good start to this game for them. They are 8-1 on the season. CU is coming in at 11-5. So two pretty well-matched teams here.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of not a must-win, but I mean, pretty much is a must-win. The RMLC no longer has the automatic qualifier, so they don't have the advantage of trying to win their division and getting an automatic bid to the national tournament. They need a big win here against the ranked team.
Correction on that goal. That was actually Sean Goodell that scored the goal for the Eagles.
Nice takeaway check there by the Eagles, forcing the ball on the ground and picking it up. Now they're head-manning it on a clear, pushing in transition in the CU offensive zone. LSM with the ball, carrying it deep.
Turnover there. Buffs get the ball back. Now they're bringing it up across midfield and across the CU logo. That's Darrell running with speed, and that shot is saved and brought in as that stretch pass misses the stick of his teammate that was intended for Connor Reed.
Yeah, you know, in that scenario, it was a good look by the defensive midi, Nick Darrow, but the golden rule there is corners or miss. You're either sticking the ball in the cage or you're just going over the cage and retaining possession for you to get your offensive middies on, which we see them trickling on the field right now.
CU with the puck behind the net. That's Tyler Bogart who has it.
Yeah, and Tyler had some good opportunities late in the game against Chapman. I'm sure he wished he had a couple in back where he could have tied that game and sent it to overtime. Look for him to try to stick a couple, learning from his lessons and shooting around the goalie here for the day's game.
Brown with the ball now for the Eagles across midfield. Now passes it to his teammate. That's Mayo with a quick shot, and he scores.
Yeah, another great shot. Good placement by the Eagles, pulling it to the near side on the goalie, sneaking in behind him. One thing I'm noticing from CU, they're not really riding as hard as they were on Friday night. It looks to not be their patented 10-man ride or their aggressive attack zone ride. Trying to drop in and play 6-on-6, but not working early. The Eagles are getting some early transition offense here.
Page will take the face-off for the Eagles. Well, I believe that's Montgomery out there for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, and interesting, we saw Vitale win the first one clean to himself and get that possession, and now he's not out there. We're seeing Montgomery. He was rotating in on Friday night against Chapman for CU as well. So we'll see who has more success at the X today.
Montgomery not able to do his job there as the Eagles take who got it. Bloom bringing the ball in. Now that's Perry with it. Perry looking for a lane to shoot, not able to find one, as now ACHA corrals in the ball for the Eagles. And they will try again their formation here, as that's Lionheart moving the ball around, passes it to Perry. Perry now passes it to the top to ACHA, who has the ball, passes it in, shot across, and that's his second goal of the game for Sean Goodell, putting the Eagles up to a quick 3-0 lead.
Yeah, great skip pass to the backside there, which is the most dangerous spot for the defense. You got to have your 3 slides down. The LSM 41, McCarty looks like he's got to get down there on the backside to cover him, as the 2 slide is covering the guy who slid to the ball. Bad team defense there by CU. They're trying to figure things out. Looks like some frustration on the defensive side here early. Great ball movement by the Eagles and great shots so far.
Well, it's been all Concordia-Irvine so far today. Just 3.5 minutes into this game, they have a 3-0 lead, as the Buffaloes originally looked like they won the face-off. They're fighting for it now, and Concordia takes over with it. Now running down the field is Brown. Brown gets a shot, and a good save made there by Jackson Mitchell to keep this Buffaloes team only down 3 goals.
Yeah, similarly to Friday night against Chapman, where CU was winning the draw but not coming up with the ground ball off the face-off. Seeing the same thing here today, and that's got to absolutely upset Coach John Galvin, as those are 50-50 ground balls, and usually comes down to want to get those balls to get them the possession, and it's not happening early for them, which kind of bit them on Friday night.
Goodell with the ball now, as the Eagles are just moving it around. On the far side of the field now, that's Fisher with it, looking for a lane to shoot. Eagles with the ball now. That's Perry trying to drive in, trying to find a lane, and it's blocked out of and knocked out of his stick. Great job there by McCarty.
Yeah, great trail check there by McCarty, as he kind of lost body position, but saw the offensive player hang his stick and was able to knock the ball out and force a turnover to get CU the ball back.
So CU with the ball behind the net now, as they're making some changes.
Yeah, CU seems to be a little slower tonight in terms of their early offense and transition and subbing than they were on Friday night. They look pretty crisp and quick on Friday. A little lethargic here early. You'd expect them to come out with a little more energy after a big loss.
For sure, you definitely do. Drive on net there. Now the Buffaloes still have the ball, looking for a lane to shoot, not able to find someone. The ball gets checked out of number 51, Curtis Zapella's stick, and the Eagles have the ball going the other way now.
Yeah, you'd like to see an attackman move the ball there as he draws to, feels the pressure and knows there's an open guy. He tries to, but he can't handle it. And now CU's riding is picking up as they force a defensive zone turnover on the Eagles due to an aggressive ride, which you love to see for the CU fans.
Buffaloes, that's number 14 now with the ball. McDonald loses it, trying to secure possession of it, is not able to, and that's Brown that takes over for the Eagles. And
yeah, maybe a little bit of acting there by number 46, Christian Snodgrass, but kind of a heads-up savvy play to get a loose ball push call from the official to get the ball back for CU.
Well, we'll get another stoppage in play here, as Pella is laying on the ground without his helmet.
Yeah, not exactly sure what happened there. It looked like an interference call from the official, and one of the CU players' helmets was stripped off. So maybe some unsportsmanlike call there, but I'm not exactly sure what happened.
McDonald with the ball, looking to shoot it. He passes it. Now that's Nobauer, who then gives it to his teammate Willows, who gets checked. And now Nobauer gets the ball back. He passes it to Bogart, who scores, and the Buffaloes are now on the board, just down 2.
Yeah, great feed inside there by number 21, Brock Neubauer, into Tyler Bogart with the finish. I mentioned earlier, look for Bogart to get some more goals back, as he felt he could have had a few more last game. Sticks the ball just offside hip of the goalie for a great finish. One of the biggest things noted earlier from Friday's game that I'm noticing so far, CU's having more success when they're initiating with their middies from the top corners, the wings, and then banging the ball around, whether through the point or through X and pushing the backside. Saw the same thing there, a quick exchange, throwback for a feed inside. Look for them to keep doing that offensively instead of initiating from behind.
It worked there as they win the face-off. Good job there by Vitali, who's been very effective on the draws today, as now the Eagles are right around with the puck. On the far side, that is number 16 for them, Connor Reed. Reed loses the puck, and that was actually Mayo on the pass there, just past the outstretched stick of his cutting teammate, Sean Goodell, who already has two goals today for the Eagles, as Brown intercepts it there.
Yeah, kind of an errant bonehead pass there for CU to force an easy turnover for the Eagles. Literally just passed the ball to him and didn't even look for his surroundings to see if his teammate was open or not.
Lionheart with the ball, as I believe that was Greco that checked off. Greco. And now the Eagles will try and set something up at the far side of the field now. That's number 7 for them, Logan Perry, defended by Mitchell Scott for the Buffaloes. Now back up to the point as the Eagles are taking their time. That's Jacob Io, as he's guarded tightly by Nick Darrow. Now behind the net here, a shot, and that's a goal. Jackson Lionheart putting the Eagles up 4-1 now, and this team is hard to stop for the Buffaloes. They're getting a lot of good looks close to the net, and Jackson Mitchell hasn't been able to do anything about it.
Yeah, you're seeing the CU defense talk out there, trying to figure out what exactly happened. Looked like a little speed advantage for number 2 for Concordia. Lionheart just pushes from X, has a step on his defender who's out of position, tucks it around the goalie on the far side. Great placement again from Concordia.
Buffs win the draw again. This time it's Prince. Excuse me, that's not Prince. It's Vitali again, as Snowgrass is bringing the ball up, running on the field, on the near side of the field as he gets tripped and passes in. The Buffaloes are moving the ball around, not now. Smith with the ball, passes it to the far side. That's Bogart who tried to cut in, shot, or maybe it was an intended pass, as we'll get a flag here. Didn't quite see what it was. Were you able to see it?
Yeah, I'm not quite exactly sure either what it was either. It sounded like maybe a slash, as there was a big hit. We'll see what the call here was. Oh, it was a push with possession, 1 minute, locked in, non-releasable. CU will have a 1 minute man advantage here, and let me correct myself, it was a cross check, not a push with possession. CU looked to capitalize on this man up advantage here. John Galvin spends a lot of time with his man up unit at practice, usually adding tweaks for each team. We'll see if they can capitalize.
The Buffaloes way. Good block there by Tyler Schweckart. The first time he's really been tested tonight, or today I should say.
Yeah, you know, he did a great job there of getting in front of the ball, tracking it early. Wasn't able to get his stick to it, but used his body to his advantage there.
Buffalo's moving the ball around. Bogarts had it, but now that's Zapala. Bogarts gets it back. Shot goes wide, and the Buffaloes keep the puck, keep the ball.
Concordia's bench now yelling even as the penalty is released. The cross check no longer held in. Back to 6-on-6 lacrosse here.
That's Bogart with the ball, trying to make something happen. Excuse me, that's not Bogart, actually. That's McDonald as he passes it to his teammate. Now Carr with the ball behind the net, trying to work his way inside. Is not able to do so as he's defended nicely by Logan Perry. He loses the puck, and Perry's trying to take it over, but he gets tripped, and we'll get a whistle.
Loose ball push. Yeah, loose ball push there on Concordia. Ref gives the ball back to CU with the call.
So the Buffaloes retain possession of the ball. Snodgrass is trying to work his way inside, and it will be Concordia-Irvine ball.
Yeah, it looks like a moving pick call or interference call there by the official, which will give Concordia the ball, taking possession away from CU.
Brown with speed, passes it inside. A shot gets blocked away. Good job there by Mitchell to get his body in front of that shot.
Yeah, nifty little backhanded, what they kind of call lefty Canadian shot there by Leinhart from Concordia. Caught it in his right hand, flipped his hands backward, and kind of shoveled it towards the goal, but caught the pipe.
They have the ball still now. Perry with it, then passes it up top. That's Fisher running along the far side, comes in, passes it, or it looked like he tried to shoot it. The shot never got to the net as it was blocked out in front. Two players are fighting for it now as the Buffaloes.
Yeah, great shell check there by number 12, Ryan Russell, who it's great to see him on the field after he's been dealing with some ankle injuries. And I think there was a loose ball push there call on the goalie who was scrapping for the ball. As a coach, you don't love to see your goalie go out there and chum it up so much because they're going to be vulnerable, and, of course, the cage is open. So correct call there by the refs to get the Eagles the ball back.
Aho with the ball, then he passed it to his teammate on the far side with speed. That's Perry. Perry tries to pass it inside. It looked like he was going to two, isn't able to. Quick shot from Fisher, gets blocked away, and now it's behind the net, fought for. Perry will get his own shot back after the ball was loose for quite some time. Quick shot here by Aho. That will go out of bounds.
Concordia with what we call a great skip pass there, as you usually are skipping it over the defensive unit who's on the inside and finding the backside pass for a great opportunity. Goalie was able to track it. CU's doing a poor job off ball of getting their stick up to clog up those passing lanes, and Concordia's finding them early and often.
Concordia, Perry has the ball back, then passes it to his teammate Aho, and they're moving the ball around now behind the net.
Energy seems to be a little kind of stagnant low on both sides here. Obviously, Concordia leading 4-1, but not too vocal from the sidelines. Plays kind of leveled off. And as we say that, goal by number 21, Brandon Mayo for Concordia.
Quick shot there, good look. Was a clear lane, and he was able to finish that one off with ease.
Yeah, once again, coming off an easy skip pass to the backside. CU defense seems to be befuddled, but it's kind of clear their three slide just have to get down from the top and help inside more and get your sticks up in the passing lane. Concordia making them pay for not doing that. The shot clock has not been a role in the game yet as today, as Broderick Vitale takes the draw, quins it to himself, and makes a pass that is tipped off of apparently CU will give the ball back to Concordia. As I was saying earlier, the shot clock has not seemed to play a role in the game so far today. We had a couple of early violations on Friday evening in the Colorado-Chapman game. We'll see if that is a factor here, but it appears not to be so far.
So far it is not. Neither team has been bothered by the shot clock as Bloom passes it across the field to Fisher, who already has a goal today.
You know, I'm loving Concordia's offense so far. They're doing a great job of keeping their spacing and initiating from different spots, but keeping the spacing so that the defense is strung out and they're able to find those skip passes with some good off-ball movement.
They've been patient, too, and they've really been looking for those good, clean passes, and they've gotten a lot of them with all the patience they've had today, and it's what's made their offense so potent as they have a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, James, you know, you make a great point. As a coach, you're going to take goals when you can get them, but if you can be methodical with your offense, take some time out of the clock, take some air out of the ball, and get a goal, that's all you kind of could ask for as an ideal offense with the new shot clock rules. Bad pass from Concordia, tipped off of the player, not able to bring it in, and CU will now be clearing the ball.
CU with the ball now. That's number 22 for them, Ben Willows. As he beats his defender, we'll get a flag thrown here as the Buffaloes still have the ball. That's Bogart with it now, passes it up to the point. Now that's McDonald with the ball, looking to drive inside. A fake pass there. He keeps it behind the net, passes it to Bogarts. A quick shot, and he scores.
Yeah, beautiful shot from Bogart. Changes planes there, goes a little low to mid, pulls it around the hip of the goalie for a beautiful shot. We'll see if one of these flags still stands. There was a couple slashes right in front of the ref. You know, the first one, you get them on the back or the elbow, they're going to kind of let it go. As soon as you send the second one, they're going to let that yellow flag fly.
They're discussing it right now with each other as we wait to get the call.
Yeah, it looks like a player, number 24, Cade Christensen, is taking a knee in the box. We'll see what the penalty is here as the ref is assessing it. But the CU unit is calling for their man-up unit. They will have a 6-on-5 advantage for, it looks like a hit to the head. It'll be locked in. So hoping if they can capitalize on this one again to get within 2 goals.
They're down 5-2 right now as they will have the man advantage for a minute.
Wow, looks like we actually have 2 penalties here. So those were both personals. Neither of them were violations, and they'll be locked in for a minute. 2 players, CU will have a 6-on-4 advantage.
That's Cade Christensen that will go to the box along with number 17 for them, Jacob Aho, who's been a major part of their offense and game plan today. As the Buffaloes have a 2-man advantage, that pass is dropped by Snodgrass as he's fighting for the ball back. His teammate will come in to help, and we'll get a stoppage in play here. The ref blew the whistle.
Yeah, we'll see what CU brings out here with the 6-on-4 situation, which for an offense and a coach can kind of sometimes be odd because you're up 2 men, so you really don't need to over-complexify things, and you can kind of just get in a set and let the ball do the work, but you don't necessarily practice it often, so we'll see how they capitalize here. Takes a low-angle shot, Bogar, that almost pegs a fan. CU will have the ball, 23 seconds left in both penalties. Oh, and I take that back. Concordia will get the ball after they were close to the sideline. You hate to see that if you're the CU coaching staff. Bogart obviously frustrated after an offense possession, wanted to capitalize on, trying to ride hard and lets his stick get too wild. Pops one of the Concordia players right in the face mask in front of the ref. So there are 9 seconds left in both penalties for Concordia, and Bogart will be locked in for a minute. So it will be 6-on-4, CU with the advantage for 9 seconds, and then 51 seconds after that, CU will look to be even.
The Buffaloes didn't really play as though you wanted them to on a 2-man advantage. You wanted them to get better looks, move the ball around a bit more, and just get better opportunities to score. And I feel like they didn't really generate that in the little bit of time that they were down there. And now they're only up a man for 9 seconds. Then they'll be down just 10 seconds after that.
Yeah. You'll notice they're doubling the ball here, trying to take advantage of having extra men off the whistle. But, as you mentioned on that last possession, they didn't really value the ball. You can almost kind of get a little in a lull or unconfident. Oh, we have a player down for Concordia who looks like he had hurt his knee. Drops the ball. Hopefully the refs will blow the whistle here. He's down on the sideline. That is number 7, Logan Perry, who looks like he pulled his hammy or hurt his knee.
Well, hopefully it's not serious. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, though, grabbing that right hamstring. And he was originally going to get up under his own power, but the training staff came over and are taking a look at him.
Yeah, as I was saying, as the player went down, I didn't finish my thoughts, but when you're in a 6-on-4 advantage, you can almost kind of doze off and take it for granted. As you could kind of see, CU wasn't very valuing the ball there, and Concordia was scrappy and forced an errant shot and got the ball back.
So the Eagles are up 5-2 here. They have the man advantage for 41 seconds. Currently, they have a player down. Looked like he did something to his hammy. As a coach, what are you going to be telling your team? What kind of game plan do you want to see from the Irvine Eagles during this 40 seconds of a man advantage?
Yeah, first of all, it looks like they're going to be clearing the ball from their zone. CU's probably going to try to ride hard with their attackmen and drop 2 middies so they're not getting beat in transition. But one, get the ball over the midfield, value the ball, run your clears, stay spaced out. And then once you're in the offensive zone, I think they're doing well with keeping the ball moving quickly and some off-ball motion that's finding skip lanes for them. Look for them to do that in their man-up opportunity here. Player is back up on the field, seems to be walking off. His knee was wrapped before the game, so maybe it looks like he has a pre-existing injury. Hopefully it's nothing too severe, and he'll get off and on his way.
He's walking under his own pressure with a limp, though, and that's been the very effective Logan Perry for the Eagles. So if he's not able to return this game, that could be a big loss for them and a momentum turning point in this game. And so, although the Eagles do have the man advantage for the next 41 seconds, the Buffaloes might have gotten a little break with a very effective player in Logan Perry going to the sideline because of an injury.
Yeah, and as we kind of spoke about on Friday night, the nature of the MCLA is diverse and broad for each team. And one of the things that is happening for Concordia is because they don't have as great as depth as CU and some of the bigger programs, losing a player like that could change the course of a game and perhaps your season. So we'll hope he's all right. As you mentioned, maybe it's a little break for CU, see if they can capitalize on it.
And we will take a break here on Buff Sports Live. The Eagles are up 5-2 after a kind of roller coaster ride to start the game as one of their star players went down. But we will be back in a little bit here on Buff Sports Live. Back here on Buff Sports Live, and the Eagles have a 5-2 lead over the Colorado Buffaloes. And the Eagles had most of the momentum for that first quarter of play, and I mean, the Buffaloes had a hard time stopping their offense as they were creating a lot of space and they were being very patient with the ball.
Yeah, not necessarily playing great, coherent team defense from CU early, as Concordia was able to capitalize on that with their offensive possessions. Look for the CU coaching staff to try to keep the ball in the offensive zone a little bit more and pick up some tempo here and play with some pace and put a couple goals in.
Buffaloes with the ball now. That is Paula, who's taking his time as a couple players will sub off for the Buffaloes, and they'll make some changes as Bogarts has the ball, driving in now, looking for a lane to shoot. He finds one, and that's just wide left. He was looking for the bounce shot to find the back of the net. He wasn't able to, and a good look there.
Yeah, Bogart seems to be the catalyst on offense for CU early on in this game. You'd like to see other players get involved. I'd like to see them dodge from the corners, top with the high wings with their middies, and draw the slide and move the ball quickly. Capitalize when there's two defenders on them. Great pass there from shot by Bogart, pass by Zapala. Wasn't able to tuck it around the goalie as the keeper made a great save.
Great save there by Schweckart, and it was really good defense there on that possession for Concordia-Irvine as Connor Reed was up and the Buffaloes faced that entire possession, but a great pass to Bogarts led to a good look, but Schweckart was just in great position as the Buffaloes have the ball, bringing it up past midfield into the offensive zone. Now, this is Brock Neubauer. He shoots, and he shoots it wide.
Wide miss there, but it's a good miss, as we say in transition. Kind of mentioned it early, it's corners or miss, and that's one of the scenarios where he missed, but because they have their attackmen backed up, get the ball back, and then they trickle their offensive middies on. Ideal possession there in transition for him.
Jack Smith passes it across the field to McDonald. McDonald now passes it to his teammate Russell. Russell trying to get a screen from his teammate McDonald, not able to, as now Jack Smith receives the ball back from Russell. He's running from left to right, getting checked, and isn't able to go anywhere as McDonald gets the ball back from Russell. Now behind the net, that's Bogart who has the ball, trying to find someone in the middle of the field. Missed pass, but Russell gets the rebound as he wasn't guarded by anyone. Russell with a great move in, now shoots. A good save, the ball is loose, but will be covered up by Schweckart. And a good look there for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, heck of a move by Ryan Russell there. He kind of almost looked off the defender, kind of deked him and tucked under him. Tried to bury the ball away as he was losing his footing and made a great save by the Concordia goalie.
Eagles have the ball now here. This time it's Brandon Mayo. As the Eagles are moving the ball around now, taking their time.
Yeah, I believe the last two possessions, CU has forced turnovers on from Concordia. Look for that to kind of keep building up as Concordia's kind of lower numbers, maybe losing some of their legs and energy here. The CU defense a little deeper can hopefully capitalize on that and force some more turnovers.
Aho passes it behind the net. That's Mayo who receives the pass. And now that's Carter with the ball moving it around. Excuse me, that was actually Goodell as he looks to be okay.
Late here in the shot clock, look for Concordia to maybe go at the cage initiate from behind or get one final shot off and then sub their middies off so they don't get beat in transition.
Fisher drive in, he shoots, he scores! Jack Fisher putting the Eagles up 6-2 here in the second quarter.
Great shot with 8 seconds to go there in the shot clock. Tucked it on the near side. I want to think that Jackson Mitchell would like to have that shot back. He looked frustrated as he knew he should have had that one. Seemed to not track the ball easily. Concordia now up 6-2 with 11:10 to go here in the second quarter. Broderick Vitale back at the X for CU.
CU wins the draw as penalty is called. It'll be the Buffaloes' ball as they make a substitution.
Yeah, play on violation. That was a loose ball push on Concordia. They pushed number 15, Project Vitale, right in the back in front of the ref. Good call by the Stripes.
Now Bogarts has the ball behind the net, trying to make his guy miss, trying to create space, passes it in front of the net. That shot goes just wide right, and a good look there from Christian Snodgrass, and he just missed the net.
Yeah, great shot by Snodgrass. That shot definitely had eyes, just went wide of the cage there. I like to see CU skip the ball up to the wings when they're initiating from behind. As Concordia is sliding to their face, they have step-down opportunities. The more unselfish they are on offensively for CU, the better looks they've had. So look for them to keep moving the ball around and sharing it to each other.
Zapala out in front shoots that wide right, as he didn't have a great angle, didn't have a great look on the front of the net there, but the Buffaloes will still retain possession.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to keep the goalie honest from behind, see if he's paying attention or if he's just kind of holding body position and not really watching the ball. Long, deep shovel pass from Ben Willows. Definitely was a decent look and just goes wide of the cage there, backed up by CU. They'll have the ball with 22 seconds to go in the shot clock.
Buffaloes with the ball, as that's number 24 for them. Cool, just with the ball guarded tightly there by Reed as he's driving in behind the net. Now that's Zapala. Zapala trying to create space out in front. A shot, and that stopped. A great save there by Schweckart. And that is, I believe that is Bogart who will get the ball back, then lose it to an Eagle as the Buffaloes retain possession. Again, Bogart with the ball, and we'll get a flag here and a stoppage in play.
Yeah, that was a great shot for low time on the shot clock there by Bogart. The only other thing you'd rather hope is it going in the cage, but if as soon as it makes contact with the cage or the goalie, a clock will reset. They almost came with the ball, and then it looks like on the 50-50 GB there was some sort of slash. We have a minute penalty on Bogart. Concordia-Irvine will have the ball at midfield and will be man up for a minute as they take a timeout to discuss it over with the offense.
So the Eagles up 6-2 over the Buffaloes, and they will have a man advantage when we come right back. I'm James Margulis, and we will be right back here on Buff Sports Live. Back here on Buff Sports Live, the Eagles with the ball now after that timeout. They're moving around, looking for a lane now behind the net. That's Goodell. Goodell tries to get it out in front. Quick shot goes wide as that shot was taken by Jacob Aho.
Not sure what it's going to take for the CU defense to learn that Concordia likes to skip the ball from the backside. They need to get their sticks up in the passing lanes to knock those passes down or incentivize the Eagles not to pass them there.
That's Goodell with the ball again behind the net, passes it to his teammate who shoots it. Shot goes wide by Mayo.
31 seconds left in the penalty. See if CU can withstand another 30 seconds of man-down defense here.
They're already down 6-2, 9:04 left here in the second quarter. 45 seconds left on the shot clock, 24 seconds left on the man advantage for the Eagles as they have the ball and are moving it around. This time it's Jones with it. Passes across the field to the far side. This time it's Goodell who has it behind the net, tries to pass it out in front, and that just missed the stick of Jones, who would have had a great opportunity and a great look as the ball's still loose. Eventually, Leinhart's able to find it as he couldn't locate it originally. Mayo with the ball now loses it on a pass that was tipped. It's brought in by Goodell, though, and he's running with the ball still. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. The penalty has expired now, but the Eagles are going to have to get a shot off soon.
You'll notice they just dumped the ball to the far corner on the far side. Smart kind of tactic if you know you want to get your defensive middies on, if your O middies are tired and you don't want to get beat in transition. Neither team riding too heavily here. It seems they're kind of just dropping their middies and letting their attack do what they can. Definitely exactly the opposite of what was going on Friday night, with both teams putting on heavy rides and forcing turnovers.
Buffaloes with the ball, moving it around. This time it's Polite who passes it across the field. Now at the far side, that's Carr. Carr is looking for a lane to shoot. He passes it now behind the net. That's the Paula. Quick shot and a goal for the Buffaloes. That's number 46, Christian Snodgrass, the senior from New Jersey, and he makes this a 3-goal game as he puts the Buffaloes right back into it, down 6-3 here, 7:36 left in the second quarter.
Great lefty rip there on the step down by Christian Snodgrass, a.k.a. Snods as they call him. I mentioned earlier that I'd like to see CU pass the ball to the ball side skip down for the shot, as it's created some good looks for them, and we saw that exemplified there perfectly, buried with a nice shot by Snods. Back at the X, see if Vitale can win the draw again and they can retain possession after the draw.
Vitale does win the draw as the Buffaloes have possession of the ball now. That's McDonald who will bring it up past midfield on the near side. 7:24 left in the quarter. Shot, and it looked like it just rolled out of his stick there, but the Buffaloes will retain possession.
Great job by the CU midfielder. He used his body to get underneath and between the defender. Unfortunately, doesn't tuck his stick on the shot and is trail checked by the LSM, who kind of saved himself from a goal opportunity there. CU back with the ball, 57 seconds to go on the shot clock.
This is Bogart with the ball. He shoots, he scores! The Buffaloes with 2 quick goals, putting them down only 2 now as the Eagles have a 6-4 lead. And a great little spark of offense we've seen here for the Buffaloes in the past couple minutes, and it's been a change.
Yeah, you can feel the tides turning a little bit out here. Fans starting to get riled up. CU's bench getting into it a little bit. I think the Concordia-Irvine defense was talking about not subbing off the short stick defensive, not shoving the pole with the short stick defensive midi on Bogart. He did a great job of using the defender as a screen to tuck the ball around him. Goalie wasn't able to track it, stuck it near side.
Buffaloes win the draw again. They've been very good today, but unfortunately Vitale lost it as the Eagles have the ball now. The Buffaloes are trying to take over here as number 8 for them, Sloss, gets pushed to the ground. Now the Buffaloes with an opportunity here, coming up quickly with the puck. That's Darrow. He shoots, he scores. He passed it out, and the Buffaloes scored off of that good-looking pass, making this a 1-goal game.
Bogart seems to have number 4 goalie Tyler Sheckwert's number right now, as he even started kind of guessing or flinching before Bogart shot that. Bogart gave him a little hitch with the shoulders, froze him, and stuck it to the near side right behind his right shoulder. CU rolling right now, only down by a goal. And this is kind of patented University of Colorado Buffaloes lacrosse, riding hard, scrapping, winning between the lines, getting everyone involved, and then putting in a high amount of shots to try to get a good goal ratio here.
Vitale will take the face-off again for the Buffaloes, as he won the last one, turned it over pretty quickly though.
Yeah, there's some great action going on in front of the table right there. Good body check by number 40, I think it was, Kobe Brown for Concordia to put a CU player. But CU came up with the ball and capitalized in transition.
Vitale won the face-off for the Buffalo, so now they will bring it up. This time it's their goalie, Jackson Mitchell. And across midfield, he passes it to his teammate. That's Russell. As Russell will slow things down. Bogart with the ball now, as the Buffaloes make some changes. Smith with it now, passes it to his teammate Neubauer. Smith gets it back, looking to drive in, isn't able to do so, as it's guarded tightly by Brown. Trying to get a pass out in front, he finds, or it looked like he was going to, but it might have gotten tipped. The pass was intended for Neubauer. And the Eagles will take over here as they're up 6-5, 5:40 left in this first half, as Brown brings the ball across midfield and performs a little spin move to no avail though, and he will slow things down.
Great job by number 13 for Concordia-Irvine, Tyler Collins, to get his stick up there and knock the pass down, what we call a nugget, to cut off that skip pass and get the ball back for his team. Something that we're not seeing on the other end typically for the CU defense. See if they can learn from him.
So the Eagles with the ball. This time it's Aho. Passes it, gets the ball back. Bloom. Back to Brown. Excuse me, that's Aho. Aho driving inside. Shot gets blocked away. Good stop there by Mitchell. And the Buffaloes are fighting for the puck right at midfield on the far side with the Eagles. The Eagles take over as they retain possession of the puck. And now this is Reed bringing the puck up. Pass it to Aho. Aho back now to his teammate. That's Fisher. Fisher now to Goodell. Goodell will slow things down.
Some of you at home may be wondering why that wasn't a backcourt violation or a back over the midfield line violation. It wasn't that way because it was off the goalie. If it goes off the goalie or the cage, it can go over the midfield line without it being a violation. So Concordia able to get the ball back there scot-free. Not totally sure if the CU defense is in sync communicating, as we've seen a couple of spots where there should be a slide as an on-ball defender is beat, but the slide is not there. The goalie's been bailing him out early here.
It's gotten a little bit chillier here as the sun's tucked behind the clouds. The clouds where we are, or the sky where we are, mostly covered by clouds now, as the shot clock's at 17. Attempted shot, fake shot there by Leinhardt. Now with 12 seconds left, he gets a screen from his teammate. Leinhardt trying to drive in on goal behind the net, now trying to pass it, and he'll lose it and just let the Buffs take over as the shot clock was almost expired. Stretch pass there for the Buffaloes. Now it's Neubauer with the ball with speed, bringing it up, passes it out to Bogart. Bogart cuts back, and he's looking for a pass. He was looking for Zapala in front of the net, but there was a defender there as Russell has the ball now trying to get inside. Shot, he scores! Ryan Russell, the senior, ties this game up here late in the first half at 6 apiece. And after a 6-2 Eagles lead, it is now 6-6.
Great shot by number 12, Ryan Russell. Sticks it to the far pipe, lefty. Wasn't necessarily really a dodge, just kind of got in his defender, rolled off him, able to separate his hands and get his shot off. Concordia was not ready for an adjacent slide there, which should have been able to get the shot opportunity that results in a goal for CU. And we're back to even lacrosse. 6-6, all tied up here, 2:58 to go in the second quarter.
Well, the Buffs definitely came out kind of slow, not looking great, but they've really rebounded, redeemed themselves here as Vitale wins the face-off, and it'll be a stoppage in play with 2:52.
Noted there on that last possession, last face-off, that Coach John Galvin was having his attackman drop behind GLE or goal line extended, giving Broderick Vitale space to operate without pressure so that he can get the ground ball as he's kind of been getting in a rhythm here, winning the draw easily and maintaining possession for CU to keep this offensive momentum going.
It's 6-6 with 2:52 left in the second quarter. We'll have a stoppage in play, and we'll be right back here on Buff Sports Live. Back here on Buff Sports Live for the rest of the second quarter. 2:45 left as the Buffaloes have the ball and are running a play here after the timeout used by them. Game's tied up at 6 after the Buffaloes were down 6-2. A good little comeback they've had here in the second quarter as a fake shot attempted by, that was Brock Neubauer, and now the ball is fought for. Players couldn't find it at first, but eventually Bogart did, and he'll take over for the Buffaloes as they move the ball around as they're collapsing in here on net as Neubauer drives. Neubauer passes it to his teammate. That's Smith. Smith looking for a shot. No shots come yet as he gets pushed away, and Smith has the puck, ball back, passes it to Bogart. Bogart trying to drive. Shot, he scores! Bogart with a turnaround shot, giving the Buffaloes a 7-6 lead and 5 straight goals here for Colorado as they will take the lead with 1:57 left here in this first half.
Yeah, number 11, Bogart, is absolutely dialed for the Buffs right now. He knows where the defender is. He knows where the goalie's going to be. He knows where to put it. That man is in the zone offensively and shooting the ball much better than he was on Friday night. You always love to see a player improve game to game, view their mistakes, and see how they can get better the next one. Just want to thank you guys for tuning into the broadcast. Wanted to let you know we are by no means experts in doing the best that we can. We apologize if we botch some of these pronunciations on the names, but we're doing the best that we can for you here, folks, and trying to bring you the best experience that possible.
The draw is fought for. Eventually, Vitale is able to pick the ball up. Vitale passes it back to his teammate. Dangerous pass there, but Beeson brings it in, and now the goalie for the Buffaloes, Mitchell, will bring the ball up to midfield as he passes it across the center line to his teammate. That's number 6, Ben Palit. As that pass goes over the head, and it'll be over and back, so the Eagles will get the puck now.
Not exactly sure of the stats, but it seems that Vitale is getting in quite good rhythm the last couple draws at the face-off X. Concordia is going with an LSM or a pull at X to try and apply pressure on Vitale after he takes the draw so that they can try to force a turnover, as they don't have a Fogo who can compete with him right now. We'll we'll see if he's able to get those on that.
Concordia-Irvine is down 7-6 to the Buffaloes here at Kittredge Field, and with 1:23 left here in the second quarter, we'll be right back here on Buff Sports Live. Stay tuned. Back here on Buff Sports Live, the Buffaloes with a 7-6 lead. 1:15 left in this first half, 65 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Eagles have the ball looking to tie the game up at 7 before the half, as Goodell has the ball for the Eagles.
CU's much more packed in off ball defensively. They seem to be a bit more dialed into what they're trying to do on defense and communicating a lot better as well. Number 8, Galen Sloss soaks that shot in the chest, gets a turnover for CU, and they're pushing back in transition towards their offensive zone.
Great job there. Great block shot as now Ben Police brings the ball up, looking for a lane to shoot, cuts inside, he shoots, and that one bounces too far out in front of the goal, bounces over. But the Buffaloes keep possession of the ball with 35.7 seconds left. The shot clock has been turned off.
Yeah, and before I could guess it, he called it. I figured Coach John Galvin was going to take a timeout there. 35 seconds left in the half. Probably wants to put in an offensive set that ends up with Bogart either initiating or Bogart on a shot, I would say. But trying to get another goal here before half to get a 2-goal lead. We'll see if they can execute.
I guess we'll take a break then. The Buffaloes up 7-6, 35.7 seconds left in this first half, and they've just used a timeout to run a play, so we'll be right back.
It's colder than I thought it was going to be.
Back here on Buff Sports Live, the Buffaloes up 7-6, trying to add on to their 1-goal lead before half. This time it's Apollo with the puck, with the ball. The Buffaloes just moving it around, and now Willows has it. 20 seconds now. Cuts inside, shoots, goes wide right. A good look there. Just shot it wide.
Ben Willows, good will shake and bake with his shoulders. brings the defender downfield and then steps over the top. You'd like to see him take a couple more steps to the middle and get his hands up, pull the ball back over down to the far side instead of shooting sidearm and spraying it wide.
10 seconds left now as the Buffaloes are looking for a shot inside now. That's number 44, Carr, who's getting pushed around. And as the time expires, the Buffaloes fire one last shot. And that'll be the end of the first half. Buffalo's up 7-6, and we will have the rest of the game here on Buff Sports Live, so stay tuned for that. Back here on Buff Sports Live for the second half of play. Colorado with a 7-6 lead, as it looked like they originally won the draw, but now the ball is being fought for, and now it's kicked out, and the Buffaloes will retain possession as that's Snodgrass who picks it up, passes it to his teammate, and now the Buffaloes are in looking for a shot, and that goes wide. I believe it was stopped away. That was Police with the shot, and the Eagles have the ball back now.
Great GB and heads-up pass by Christian Snodgrass there to find Ben Pallets in the middle. Just wasn't able to bury the ball. But you love to see that transition to start the second half if you're CU in winning the GB off the face-off.
Across midfield, and now Fisher with a shot, and he scores.
Great nifty little move there by number 20, Jack Fisher for Concordia. Kind of looks off the slide defender like he's going to pass to make him hold, and then shovels it off the goalie to go straight into the cage for a great goal. 7-7, 14-13 to go in the third quarter. Transition on one end leads the transition on the other end. Concordia does a great job of head-manning the ball there in space and then running around the defenders who didn't really slide with a good angle to capitalize on that. You love as a coach when you can get goals off a transition. It picks up the pace of the game, and then you get another opportunity to get the ball back after the face-off.
Well, we're tied up at 7 here at Kittredge Field early into the second half. And the Eagles got off to a very quick start in the first half, and they've gotten off to a quick start here to start the second half, and they'll look to be able to continue that momentum throughout the game as the Buffaloes will take possession of the ball here. That is number 14 for them, Ross McDonald, bringing it up, passes it now to Snodgrass. Snodgrass running from right to left, passes it out as that's Russell that just checked in. Excuse me, that's Willows. And Willows has the puck. He shoots. He scores. And the Buffaloes regain the lead 8-7, 13:50 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Broderick Vitale starting to give Concordia-Irvine fits at the X, which leads to an offensive possession for CU. Ben Willow with a jump attempt. Got off the ground a little bit, maybe not much, a blade of grass or so, but buries the ball to the near side as the goalie couldn't really track him. Puts CU back up 8-7, 13:50 to go here in the third quarter.
It was a good job, though, by Willows as he originally just checked in, and he really fought for positioning down near the net, and he was in a very good position, got close to the net when he shot it, but good job working his way inside there. Then the little jump.
Yeah, could have slid a couple sheets of paper there under Willows' feet. But Ben did a great job of using his body to get underneath the defender. Kind of a stockier, bigger midi. He loves to use his body. Any way you can get a goal is how you get a goal. Some guys use speed and shots like Bogart. Ben Willows uses his body there and buries it.
Speaking of Bogart, here is he with the ball. He is looking to try and center it or find a lane to shoot it. Is not able to do so as he eventually passes it to Politz. And now coming in on net here is McDonald. McDonald takes it behind the net, passes it across the field, across the net. That shot goes wide. I believe it was taken by Zapala, and the Buffaloes keep the ball.
Yeah, CU's doing a bit better job offensively of moving the ball as soon as they draw the slide, what's creating some shot opportunities from there. Hopefully they can keep burying the ball.
McDonald with the ball driving in, passes it out, goes past the outstretched stick of Snodgrass, and Snodgrass is able to keep it on the Buffaloes' offensive side of midfield.
Great hustle there by Christian Snodgrass to keep the ball on the side for CU. About 20 seconds here going the shot clock. Oh! I was going to say look for a shot, and as I was about to say it, goal number 11, Tyler Bogart for CU with a cannon from deep. I want to say that's his 5th or 6th of the day.
Bogart's been huge today, and he's been drawing a lot of attention towards him as he has 5 or 6 goals now, and he's really been shooting the ball well today, and that's something that the Buffaloes did not do as well on Friday, but are obviously doing better today. Is they already have more goals than they scored on Friday. We're 2.5 minutes into this second half.
Yeah, and to kind of speak note on that, what you're looking for is you're always looking to make the goalie work. You don't want to make his life easy. You don't want easy saves. Friday night, they're kind of shooting the ball more at the goalie rather than around him. But here today, they're changing planes. They're changing the release point. They're doing a good job of making the Concordia-Irvine goalie guess and kind of keeping him honest here. So much better job than they were doing on Friday night. And I believe one of the parents in the background helped us out. Is Bogart's sixth goal of the day, so that would be a sock trick, but I don't see any socks out there on the field, unfortunately. But his performance has been impressive nonetheless.
Concordia-Irvine with the ball out in front. They shoot it, and a flag called in. The ball's in the back of the net, and the goal will stand. And the goal was scored by Jackson Leinhart.
Looks like we got some laundry on the field. I think it was a push with possession or a cross check. We'll see if the stand calls. Regardless, the goal looks to be good, and the penalty will be waived off, whatever the call would have been. Ball kind of bounced around. It looked like goalie Jackson Mitchell was trying to find it, but ended up tapping it back in. I think it would have gone in on its own accord anyhow.
So Concordia is down just one goal as the Buffaloes have a 9-8 lead. 12:23 left in this third quarter of play as that goal stands for Concordia-Irvine. And we will get a draw here at midfield, and it looks like Vitale will not be taking it for the Buffaloes, and that Montgomery will actually be in charge of the draw for Colorado, while Connor Reed will take the draw for UC Irvine.
Not exactly sure of the strategy here to not have Vitale take the face-off. Maybe he's gassed. Looks to be kind of squatting over on the sideline with his helmet on. Maybe just take a break, get a different rep in for someone else. Hopefully Montgomery for CU can compete the same way as Vitale has been at the X. Both these teams obviously would prefer to have their ball on the offensive end, as they've been not too successful defensive either side. It seems that any time either team has the ball on offense, there's going to be a good shot that could end up in a goal.
Well, it's gotten a lot sunnier here in the second half as the sun's now peeked out between the clouds. And now number 20, Montgomery, is running with speed along the near side. Now back behind the net. It's still just him as eventually he passes it to his teammate. That's Polite. And Polite has the ball as he's bringing it around at the far side. Double team now. He loses the ball after it looked like he had a lane. And
flag down on the field. Looks like a trip. Liam Montgomery looked to be tripped by number 10, Justin Vazu. That should put CU on the man up for, I want to say, so we have two penalties on Concordia. They have 35 seconds in the first penalty and a minute in the second. So CU will be 6-on-4 for 35 seconds and then 6-on-5 for 25 seconds. See if they can capitalize on the man up here with good ball movement. Tyler Bogart will have the ball low on the far side of the field near the bench as we start the man up.
Pardon for my absence for a second, but as baseball season's right around the corner, have a little fantasy baseball draft right now, so just making my pick in the later rounds as the Buffaloes have the ball now, looking for a shot. This is McDonald with the ball, and that goes wide left. Wasn't even too close to the net.
We'd like to see Ross maybe take a little bit off that shot and place the ball rather than trying to put everything in it and have it go nowhere near the cage. CU's trying to do a better job of shooting.
Ball doesn't go across midfield yet. Eventually it does, but it's played right back. And
I wanted to correct myself. I apologize. As I looked up to the board, it looked like there are two penalties on Concordia. The first one was on CU, and the second was on Concordia. So they were 5-on-5 across there. As the ball has gone back over towards the CU defensive zone, CU's man up for 14 seconds and counting, looking to push the ball as they headman it here in transition, see if they can push numbers.
McDonald bringing it across midfield and passes it to his teammate. This is Snodgrass. Snodgrass looking to shoot, and he does as he finds the back of the net. putting the Buffaloes up 2 goals, 10-8, 10:56 left here in this third quarter of play.
As that ball was passed down by Ross McDonald to number 46, Christian Snodgrass. Snods caught the ball coming upfield, took a couple steps, was able to push the middle and pulled the ball near side for a great shot. That results in a CU goal as they're up 10-8 with 10:56 to go here in the third quarter. Broderick Vitale back at the X for CU now. And we have number 40, Kobe Brown for Concordia-Irvine.
Vitale taking the face off, back out there again, which is a good sign for him. Got a little breather as the Buffaloes have a 2-goal lead. Here on this Saturday afternoon, Vitale wins the face-off, and he will bring it up with no one in front of him. One defender now. That shot gets deflected.
Yeah, Broderick almost made the defense pay for not sliding there. I don't think most people would consider most Fogos a shooting threat, except for maybe a Trevor Baptiste, who's an all-time great. But you notice they didn't slide there. They held and wanted to force the hand to see what Vitale could come up with. Does a good job of getting a shot off and retaining possession for CU. And on cue, number 14, Ross McDonald with a cannon from deep puts CU up 11-8 with 10:30 to go in the third.
Good shot there, good look, and the Buffaloes add to their lead. A nice job there. McDonald's been active all day, and it pays off there.
Yeah, McDonald dragging down from the high wing to the mid wing, trying to just see if the goalie's awake, and apparently he wasn't. Buries the ball in a low-to-low shot to the far pipe. Great placement there by McDonald. I kind of critiqued him on the last possession as he wound up and missed the cage by a wide margin, but that time he was focused and placed the ball well.
McDonald, the 6'3 junior, 175 pounds from Concord, California, gives the Buffaloes a 3-goal lead here, 4.5 minutes into this third quarter. And I feel like the pace of play has kind of slowed down here. We start to get more stoppages here in this second half, as now the Buffaloes have the ball with speed. Montgomery now passes it to Snodgrass, and the Buffaloes have the ball behind the net. Now the far side, that's Bogart, who then rolls the puck to his teammate Coolgis. And the Buffaloes will get another change as Coolgis passes the ball over to his teammate. I believe that's Willows. Willows trying to use his size again, fires a shot, and that goes wide. No jump there by Willows.
CU, who is down at 1 point, 6-2. I think their comeback can really be credited to domination at the X. And as we're speaking, goal number 51, Curtis Zapala, with a nice move coming upfield from X, buries the ball to the far side.
Well, the Buffaloes are really starting to get things going now. It's hard to believe they were down 6-2 at one point, and we'll get a timeout here, and we will be back in 60 seconds here on Buff Sports Live. take us back in.
Bringing you back in from the timeout here. This is AJ Kalezi. Wanted to put some thoughts on CU season as we were just looking at their record and the rest of their schedule. They are 4-2 with 5 games remaining all away after today. So this win would be much valued and needed for them going into the kind of tail end of the season. As we noted earlier, the RMLC has dwindled down in size and no longer has the automatic qualifier. So they need to get as many wins as they can.
James, look at the chat.
As I was talking before the timeout, you can kind of credit the change in tides for CU to the change at the X as they've done better. They have gotten more possessions, and they are now leading 12-8. Good job by Broderick Vitale and Liam Montgomery tag teaming that job.
The Eagles with the ball now, taking their time as they make a couple of changes. And they'll bring it up now, trying to drive in. This time it's Bloom. Bloom still with the ball. Bloom still with the ball, guarded tightly by number 10, Storm, for the Buffaloes. And eventually Bloom passes it to Fisher. And now at the point, that's Jacob Aho, who passes it back to his teammate. And a missed pass there. As the ball goes out of bounds, the Buffaloes will take over.
Offensively, Concordia kind of seems to live and die by that skip pass to the backside wing. Earlier, they were making good passes and resulting in shots that were mainly turning to goals. But you've noticed the last couple times there's been some skip passes to the backside that have been off and is forced to turnover for them. CU's doing a little bit better job off ball to get their sticks up to force tougher passes.
Buffaloes with the ball now, move it around. Now that's Neubauer trying to drive in. He passes it to his teammate. This time it's Carr. Carr looking for a shot. He passes it to his teammate. That was Palit, who couldn't corral that one in. But if he was able to, he would have had a good look at the goal.
Great little hockey roll there set up by Jack Carr. Kind of played his defender before he was approaching him. Found Palit's backside open. Just wasn't able to handle the ball and stick it behind the goal. Not exactly sure what the call there was, but CU has the ball back now. We are aware that it is a ball, not a puck. Sometimes things happen. But CU back with the ball in their offensive zone now as Pallets easily walks the ball over the midline. No ride from Concordia.
Shot there, or a pass, goes straight in, Zapala with a quick shot there off the pass. Just missed the net, and it was a good look.
Great little skip pass to the backside wing there by Brock Neubauer, playing with his head up as he's dodging, able to find Zapala, who takes a good shot, just not able to finish it.
Behind the net now, centering pass, finds the stick of Smith, who shoots it, goes wide left. And the Buffaloes will keep the ball, but the Buffaloes are really firing the ball at the net a lot more this half, and they're up 12-8 now, as that's Apollo with the ball. He passes it around, and a shot by Snodgrass is saved and brought in by Tyler Schweckart. A really nice save there.
Yeah, great save there by Tyler Schweckart. CU doing a much better job of getting everyone involved. Is pushing the ball as they draw the slide, swinging the ball through X, and then looking for the step downs. Everyone's involved early here in the second half.
Schweckart ended up on the ground, but no goal was scored as Concordia-Irvine has the ball and is bringing it across midfield. Now right in front of us, a flag is thrown on the Buffaloes, and Concordia continues up with the ball. Covey Brown now has it behind the Colorado net, trying to get it out in front, trying to pass it or find someone. Shot goes off the stick of Mitchell, and a good save there.
Yeah, much to the dismay of the parents sitting on the sideline behind us, CU will be man down here for 30 seconds on a slash by number 46, Christian Snodgrass. See if their defensive man down unit can withstand this man up opportunity from Concordia.
Well, it completely slipped my mind that we had March Madness on today until this moment. And what brought that to my mind is Concordia-Irvine is the opposing team today, and I actually picked UC Irvine going to the Sweet 16. They won their first round against Kansas State, and they're looking to beat Oregon in the round of 32. As Concordia-Irvine has a man advantage for the next minute with 6:25 left here in the third quarter. The Buffaloes have a 12-8 lead. The Eagles looking to get themselves back in this, making a move towards that. He shoots. Great save there made by Mitchell. And the Buffaloes have the ball, taking their time as this is passed up, or at least attempted to bring it in was Medenport. And now for the Buffaloes, Police brings it across midfield on the near side now as he's checked by the opposing team. That's Jack Fisher. And this time that will be Bogarts with the ball behind the net.
Great save there by number 23, Jackson Mitchell for CU, who had great patience to stay and just react to the ball as it was shot. He didn't hitch or freeze up. Really crucial stop for them there.
This time McDonald out to Zapala. Zapala looking for a lane to shoot, isn't able to find someone. Then he passes it back to his teammate Willows. And now this is Coolgis with the ball behind the net. Willows has the ball, looking to shoot. Isn't able to find a lane to shoot or anyone to pass it to. Still has the ball, jumps, or at least maybe he tried to that time. Rebound by Bogarts. He dives out in front, can't find the back of the net. And here is, this time it is Zapala. Zapala passed it back to his teammate Carr, who lost it. And now this time it's Willows who will retain possession of the puck, passes it to Carr. Carr bringing it, shoots, and a great save made there by Schweckart. He made it look effortless.
Yeah, a bit of what we call a popcorn shot. Straight shot to the goalie's stick there. Didn't make him work at all. As I kind of mentioned earlier, at least make him want to go left to right or up and down. Got to get a goalie moving there. Love to see Ben Willows and his kind of creativity. It's by no stretch Gary Gate or Lyle Thompson or any of those guys, but Ben uses his body to keep his stick away from the defender, and then will take an angle, a little bit of a jump man to get a shot off. Gets a reset for CU as they have the ball back now here.
Cool, just with the ball, passes to his teammates Apollo. Zabala looking for a shot as his stick gets hit, and it will stay on that end as Bogarts will bring the ball back in for the Buffaloes. 61 seconds left on the shot clock, 3:52 left in the quarter. Buffaloes with the 12-8 lead. And now Neubauer has the ball for the Buffaloes, passes it back to Willows. Willows guarded tightly by Vasu. Willows trying to use his body again, pass it behind the net. Now Carr has the ball, pass it to his teammate, and the Buffaloes are just moving it around, going a lot of left to right, not getting a lot of shots inside. Now here's a good look, and that is a goal. Jack Carr extends the Buffaloes' lead, putting them up 13-8 here in the third quarter with 3:25 remaining.
Brock Neubauer does a good job of carrying the ball down the wing as Jack Carr kind of exchanges to the middle underneath. His defender has to hedge in case Brock is going to the cage there, so he's the slide guy. Concordia needs to have a two-slide down on Jack Carr, which is not there. He catches the ball in the middle of the defense and is able to rip that ball low to high right around the goalie for a great shot. CU now up 13-8 with 3:25 here to go in the third. Broderick Vitale back at the X for CU.
Well, Vitale's had himself a good game as he's won majority of the draws he's taken.
Yeah, it's kind of the fourth phase of the game. If you think about it, you have offense, you have defense, you have clearing and riding, and then you have the X. It's its own phase of the game, and if you can win that, it gives yourself a huge advantage for the rest of the game as you guarantee more offensive possessions and less opportunities for the other team to score goals. So it has been crucial here for the Buffs this whole game.
Here's Vitale here, kicks it out to his teammate Carr. This time it is Police who gets the ball back. He shoots, it gets knocked away there. Good defense by the incoming Kay Christensen and a good job to get a leg on that or something to knock the ball wide of the net. And now the Eagles have the ball, bringing it up across midfield right in front of us. That's number 40, Brown, who gets checked for the Eagles. And here they are again, looking for a shot, intercepted by the Buffaloes, coming down back the other way. Here's Zach Storm with speed. Storm looking to pass it out. He passes it. Bogart shoots. He scores!
Number 10, Zach Storm is fired up. I hadn't seen him in most of the day. Makes a great pickoff on the skip pass by Concordia. Pushes it in transition. Makes a smart pass to Bogart. Bogart kind of just drags it down. Finishes low to high on the near side with a great shot. CU now up 14-8 with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. As we said, Concordia kind of living and dying by that skip pass to the backside wing. CU's gotten privy to it now, and they're not able to find any seams that are resulting in shots. CU's doing a good job on the defensive end off ball.
The wind picking up a little bit here in Boulder, Colorado. With 2:45 left in the third quarter, Buffalo's up 14-8.
Liam Montgomery back at the X for CU. Seemed to be in a 2-to-1 rotation between him and Broderick Vitale. Seems to have worked for them so far. Looks like we have the refs trying to figure something out. Not sure if it's a timing issue. Oh, my apologies. It's a stick check. They think Bogart with his 7 goals may got something going on there. I don't think the issue is the ball coming out of the stick, because clearly it's going in the back of the cage. But maybe a little breather, a little change up for him.
So as the refs get this figured out and the players go back to their respective benches for a couple minutes, we'll be right back here on Buff Sports Live as Colorado has a 14-8 lead over Concordia-Irvine. Back here on Buff Sports Live, and it looks like the Buffaloes' Vitale, who's been a major force on the faceoffs today, will get a 3-minute non-releasable for an illegal stick, and they will also take the goal away from the Buffaloes since it was called right after.
That was actually number 11, Tyler Bogart, who was on the goal in transition. Concordia-Irvine called for a stick check after. And they had an illegal stick. It looks like a little bit of politics going on. CU is stick checking one of the defenders for Concordia-Irvine. So Bogart will be locked in for 3 minutes, non-releasable, cannot play with his stick for the rest of the game. Wish I would have been able to hear the conversation going on between Coach John Galvin and the officiating crew. Would not like to be on the other end of that conversation, as I've been there a couple of times before as a former player. I can be a pretty intense guy and knows the ins and outs and rules of the games very well, so I'm sure he's giving them the business if he thinks they made a mistake or a bad call.
And you could still see him talking an awful lot over there on that far sideline, and my best guess is he'll be chirping for the rest of the night at the refs after that. But the Eagles will start with the ball now here, 2:45 left in this third quarter of play. They're down 13-8 and looking to score. They do not have a second half goal, as they went into the half with a nice lead. They actually might have a goal.
You're really curious to see what the specification was for the reasoning being for the illegal cross on 11 Bogart. As a player, it's your responsibility to make sure your stick is legal. If the weather changes or it gets kind of wet out and your stick bags out, it's still your responsibility. I'm sure he feels that pressure from Coach John Galvin telling him that. CU's looking to clear the ball here after stealing it on the defensive end there, now back on O.
Police has the ball now, taking his time as he will get double teamed here. Looking for help from another teammate. As you hear parents in the stands yelling at the players for the help.
As a current club coach who coaches most year round, I do have to say it's kind of enjoyable, more enjoyable being on the other side, not near the fans and the parents always the time, who are always yelling at the refs and the coaches and the players, but they're passionate people who care about the game.
We'll get a stoppage of play. I believe it was a Buffalo timeout, so we'll be right back in 60 seconds here on Buff Sports Live. Back here on Buff Sports Live, 1:30 left in the third quarter. The Buffaloes with a 13-8 lead as it's a turnover there. Concordia-Irvine with the ball, trying to bring it up across midfield. We have a flag here thrown right on the near side. I did not see what it was. Off the ball, obviously, but it was a good ways away from where the ball actually was.
Kobe Brown just absolutely bodied one of the CU riding attackmen with the ball in his stick. Could have potentially called for a ward if he put his head down, but it looked pretty clean to me. You kind of like to see that and let that one play in the game. You're going to look at CU just trying to kill the clock here. They're not really going to attack the cage for the next minute, and then they're going to have another penalty after that. They're just trying to keep this 5-goal lead and survive and get out of here today with a W.
40 seconds left in the third quarter, 54 seconds left in this period as the Buffaloes strip the ball free of Concordia-Irvine's Jackson Linehart, but we'll get a whistle from the refs and a stoppage in play. As
a head coach with a 5-goal lead, one of the most frustrating things you can experience is a series of penalties from your team. That can compound and kind of shift the tide. We'll see what that does for Concordia-Irvine here, see if they can kind of build off of this. CU man-down defense has been absolutely stellar, flying in and out, getting their sticks up. kind of hawking on the ball, forcing turnovers. See if that shifts or it doesn't here.
Well, Concordia needs a goal bad as their scoring's gone through a little drought lately, as they haven't even gotten many opportunities or many good looks at the goal this half so far. And with a two-man advantage now for the next 40 seconds, they're going to be looking to strike and make this a 4-goal game. 20 seconds now left in the quarter, as this time it's Goodell, who's been kind of quiet in the second half, has the ball as the Concordia was passing it around. That shot goes wide. The wind really picking up here. 11 seconds left now in the third period.
Great rip by Brandon Mayo from the wing there. It goes just over the cage. They're starting to skip the ball and move it offensively. And as we say that, CU defender jumps the pass off ball and forces a turnover.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. The Buffaloes with a 13-8 lead over the Concordia-Irvine Eagles, and we'll be right back in 45 seconds for the fourth quarter. Back here on Buff Sports Live here for the fourth quarter of play. The Buffaloes with a 13-8 lead, and will be down a couple of men for the next 15 seconds or so. And we did see a little bit of discussion during the break. What did you see?
Yeah, I was talking to one of the fans in the stands about some of the officiating intricacies. He said that the stick must have been either too long or the head too long or too narrow, as an illegal pocket is only a minute. So noted there was a 3-minute penalty there. And Concordia-Irvine capitalizes on that. That is number 14, Zach Carter, with a diving goal, sticks it in the corner.
Yeah, good job there. Good job responding quickly from Concordia. I said at the start of that 40-second two-man advance that they really need to score. They really need to get themselves back in this game, get a little bit momentum, because they've had very little of it here in the second half, and that's exactly what they did.
My apologies. That was senior Sean Goodell from Long Beach, California. You kind of always look to a senior to help you when you need it most, and he capitalizes on that man-up opportunity there. CU is now equal on both the penalties, and we are back to 6-on-6 lacrosse.
Goodell had a big first half for sure. He's been quiet the second half, as has the whole Eagles team. But a big goal there puts the Eagles within 4 points of the Colorado Buffaloes. As they do win this face-off, the Buffaloes are bringing it up, running with speed. This time it's Polite who has at the far side. He passes it to his teammate Snodgrass, who now at the point. The Buffaloes are moving around. Sloss with the ball has not seen a ton of time today, and he passes it behind the net to Curtis Zappella, And the Buffaloes really just taking their time here as they have a 4-goal lead. 14 minutes left here in the quarter. 45 left on the shot clock. Shot there gets tipped and deflected, and the Buffaloes get the rebound back. This time Carr with it will pass it out to Snodgrass, and Snodgrass will find McDonald. McDonald trying to drive in. Passes it back to Snodgrass. Snodgrass looking for a lane to shoot. Passes it out. This time Willows. Willows driving in, looking for a shot. Passes it out in front, and that's a Buffaloes goal by Nick Coolgis, giving them their 5-goal lead back, putting them up 14-9.
Yeah, great skip pass there by Ben Willows to a bare naked Nick Coolgis sitting right on the crease, who almost thought too long about it. He should have just pulled the ball as soon as he caught it, but sticks it around the goalie. Concordia defense seems to be chatting up, seeing what's going on there. Seems to be a miscommunication with no 2 or 3 slide down the backside to leave Nick wide open on the crease.
Well, continue to go back to it, but the Buffaloes were down 6-2 at one point. They are on a 12-3 run, and it's been pretty exciting. Their offense has been going, and they've been communicating really well. Good ball movement, good shots, good looks at the net, and even better defense and goaltending, and that's something that's been able to keep Concordia off the board for most of the half, and they've played a really nice second half after a rough first quarter or so, as they have the ball looking to pass it around and fire off a shot.
Yeah, the catalyst has kind of been the game at the face-off X. They're almost winning every single draw and kind of playing make it, take it lacrosse here, which it all starts with one possession. If you can have the ball, then from there things can happen. But if you're constantly playing defense and giving the other team opportunities, it's going to be hard to come back. It's been the catalyst here. Now as they're up 14-9 as they were down 6-2 at one point.
Neubauer's shot is blocked away by Schweckart. Buffaloes retain possession of the ball, though, as this time Zapala has it behind the net, looking to pass it out in front. A centering pass, not able to find anyone there, as Carr was guarded very closely by a Eagle defender. Russell with the ball, looking to shoot. He does, and a save made there by Schweckart, his second save of that possession for the Buffaloes. 12:45 left in this final quarter of play.
Pretty impressed with Concordia-Irvine's team so far. This is the first time I've ever been fortunate to watch them. They used to be a Division II MCLA team and came across their pass at the airport heading to nationals one time. But other than that, I had no experience with them. This is their first year in Division I, and they're definitely holding their own. Could be an interesting last 10 minutes here in the fourth quarter as a flag is down for CU. Concordia-Irvine with the ball, and they will go on the man up after the whistle is blown.
Delayed penalty here for Concordia as it was called on Russell. And now for the Eagles, Goodell has the ball. He loses it, and we'll get a stoppage in play as Russell will head off the field.
Will be a 30-second technical hold on Ryan Russell, so Concordia-Irvine will be 6-on-5 man up for 30 seconds. 12 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. CU up 14-9. Note at home, technical penalties are releasable and are usually 30 seconds in their nature. Personal fouls are usually a minute or greater and up to the ref's discretion whether they are locked in or not.
Mayo passed it to his teammate Fisher, couldn't find a shooting lane, as now this time Aho has it. UC Irvine, excuse me. I'll just say the Eagles were moving the ball around nicely. They got a good look. The ref will blow the whistle, and it looks like the Eagles will retain possession.
Yeah, that was an in and out call there by the ref. I think he needs to go get eyes checked up because that was not accurate at all. Blake Sandman, number 5, had dropped the ball in the crease to the goalie. The goalie was in the cage or in the crease the whole time. There should not have been an in-out call.
Goodell with the ball, passes it out, and that's a goal for Concordia-Irvine as Leinhardt fired that shot at the net. He was able to find the back of it, but what a good pass there from Goodell all the way from behind the net. He was able to find Leinhardt at the point, who put a great shot on net and made this a 4-point game once again.
Great skip pass from Jack Fisher to Jackson Leinhardt. who's able to find the back of the net there. Concordia-Irvine, as I keep saying time and time again, they live and die by that skip pass. CU a little too packed in there defensively on the man-down rotation. Kind of got to get their sticks up in the skip lane. Excuse me, they weren't packed in. They were spread out, able to find that passing lane, get the ball up top. Chalk that one up to the ref on a blown call, in my opinion.
Fisher wins not Fisher. That is actually Montgomery who wins the faceoff for the Buffaloes. As he has at the far sideline with speed, guarded tightly there by Connor Reed. This time it's McCarty running around with the ball. He creates some space. Lost now passes it to Bogart, who has 6 goals today already, looking to maybe add another one as the Buffaloes just try kill time here out in front. He shoots, he scores! Jack Clark putting the Buffaloes up 15-10, 11-02 here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Jack Smith doing a great job there of dodging with his head up, finding Jack Carr bare naked down on the backside pipe, who basically just catches it and puts it right in the back of the cage no sooner. Love to see him pull the ball quickly. Love to see the midi dodging with his head up, kind of reading his progression from ball side, inside to backside, finding that guy. CU now up 15-10, 11:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. CU trying to play more, make it take a lacrosse with Broderick Vitale back at the X.
Vitale will take the face-off for the Buffaloes, and Tyler Collins, the freshman, will take it for the Eagles. Vitale wins the face-off again as he runs into the offensive zone with a little bit of speed, and the ball gets knocked out of his stick, and now the Buffaloes with possession, and this time it's Polite who has the ball at the point now at the far side, moving it around, trying to pass it, try to get a centering pass to one of his teammates. Finds his teammate out behind him. Shot taken by Neubauer. The ball's still out in front and loose. And eventually Concordia-Irvine will take over. And that's Connor Reed with the ball, just trying to shake loose of CU's Bogart. And eventually is able to as he passed the ball out. As Concordia-Irvine has the ball across midfield. Here is Christensen who passes it to Bloom. And now Fisher will have possession of the puck for the Eagles.
Great save there by number 4, Tyler Scheckwert. Does a great job of finding the ball, using his body, whatever he can to keep the ball out of the back of the cage. Concordia probably looking to get a couple goals here if they can to claw back into this one.
Yeah, they need to score sooner rather than later. They're down 5 already with 5.5 minutes elapsed here in this fourth quarter of play. As Aho works inside, shot goes wide. And good hustle by Jackson Mitchell, the freshman goalie, will give the Buffaloes the ball back.
Just wanted to thank everyone for tuning in. We are reading your guys' comments and feedback and trying to do the best that we can. Give a special shout out to Colin and Samir, who are pretty large in the YouTube and creative community as they are tuning in. Colin is kind of a local legend around these parts, was alumni of CU, played on the lacrosse team, and filmed club ball, which kind of sparked a lot of the lacrosse network and gave CU some notoriety as a club program on the national scene. Pretty cool to see them still involved and active, and thank you guys, everyone, for watching.
Christensen passes it here to Mayo. Mayo looked to shoot, but the ball was knocked free, and here come the Eagles down the other way. As Goodell checks back in, he will have the ball for the Eagles as they make more changes. Goodell will slow this down.
Yeah, you just wonder if it's Concordia is just like a little too thin on their bench. They look a little bit tired. Their pace has dropped off of the offensive zone. Energy has dropped off. One of the advantages of being one of the bigger programs with 40 or 55 guys is you have the depth at any position. You got maybe 9 middies who can play offense. 5 or 6 D middies, multiple poles, multiple attackmen. You know, it's just kind of one of the advantages for bigger programs. Concordia was really firing earlier.
Shot intercepted right in front of the net. Good defense there by, that is Blake Sandman. Good job intercepting that pass as the Buffaloes bring it up the other way. They lose it to the Eagles, and now the ball is loose and being fought for as the Eagles pick it up but then lose on the far sideline now. Both teams are fighting for it. The ball eventually went out of bounds, and they will say that it is Concordia-Irvine ball.
Yeah, you'd hate to see CU take their foot off the gas pedal here. You want them to stay mentally focused and in tune. Getting a little sloppy in the clearing game, just kind of throwing a lackadaisical, casual pass up the midfield. That wasn't that good. Now Concordia back with the ball. 70 seconds on the shot clock. 7:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. CU up 15-10.
Mayo has the ball. Moving around, he passes it to Fisher. Fisher looked to fire off a shot. He passed it away to Carter. Now Carter passed it to Bloom. Bloom tried to make a little bit of magic happen as the Eagles are down 5 goals here, starting to get late in the game. And here's a shot fired from the point. Great stop there. Shot taken by Carter, but a good save there made by Mitchell. That keeps this a 4-point game.
Concordia getting a little frustrated offensively. And they're not seem to really be drawing a slide. They're just pushing on their one-on-one matchups. Kind of a cheap shot to the back there by number 13, Mitchell Scott for CU as there's Laundry over the field. He heads to the boxes. He knows what he did. They should be man up here for at least a minute or two. It just depends if it's a push with possession or unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll see what the refs come up with.
So while the player is down, we will take a quick break, but the Buffaloes have a 15-10 lead here with 6:32 left in the fourth quarter, and this second half has been all Buffaloes, so stay tuned to see if Concordia-Irvine can make a comeback. Back here on Buff Sports Live for the final 6.5 minutes left of this game. Buffalo's up with a 15-10 lead as they will be down a man for 2 minutes after the kind of dirty hit on that last play before we went to the break. But it looked like he was okay when he got up. Did we get a name on that? Did we get a number?
Yeah, that was number 20, Jack Fisher, who got hit. He was on the ground for a while. They were checking out his his head and neck, but everything looks to be okay. Maybe just kind of a shock to the system. Understand what number 13, Mitchell Scott, is trying to do there. Hasn't been in the game too much, trying to make an aggressive play, but when you see the back of the numbers, you kind of got to pull up and you can't do something like that. But luckily, hopefully, no harm, no foul, and CU is man down for 140 on a 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty with Concordia-Irvine with the ball.
Well, there's a possibility that Fisher just got the wind knocked out of him, too, on that hit. Did get hit hard, and now the Buffaloes with the ball. Vasu bringing it up. Vasu looking to shoot, passes it out. That's actually not Vasu, excuse me.
Yeah, and we have another flag down here as 21, Jack Mayo, is going to get called with the slash. He slashed number 10, Zach Storm for CU, who he hasn't been on the field too much, but the 2 times I've seen him on, he's made great defensive plays. Looks to be smart in transition and has some wheels to push into space. Let's see what he will do the rest of the season here for the Buffs and see his impact. We will be even 5-on-5 for 1 minute. And then CU will be up. My apologies. They have the board wrong. CU will be man down for 20 seconds after the penalty is released for Concordia, who's locked in for a minute. Look for CU to just kill the clock, move the ball here. Don't really need to attack the cage. 5 minutes, that maybe equates to a possession or 2 for Concordia unless somehow they find some luck at X. So CU looking to get out of here with a win.
Just 5.5 minutes left. We have even lacrosse right now for the next 32 seconds. As the Buffaloes have the ball, 50 seconds now left on the shot clock. Carr has the ball, and he passes it to his teammate Bogart, who has 6 or 7 goals today. He's had himself a day. Zapala with the ball now. Driving in, shoots it, and a good save made there as it was right at the ankle of Tyler Schweckart. Able to make the save and keep this a 5-goal game here as the Eagles get a man advantage now for the next 15 seconds. Trying to hold on to the ball here, trying to not lose it.
I want to give a shout out and thank you to Mitchell and Kevin who are with us today, head manning the operation behind the scenes that you guys are not hearing their voice. We couldn't do without them, and they've been a tremendous help. So make sure to show your appreciation for those guys as well online.
Well, allegedly, Mitch told us he stayed up all night working on the live stream and broadcast, so shout out to him.
Yeah, all those beautiful graphics and stats you guys are seeing, you guys can thank a sleepy, red-eyed Mitch who put in some long hours. Concordia kind of on the attack here, getting a couple shots off the cage. 4 minutes to go, and we are back to 6-on-6, even across as the penalty expires. They're looking to claw back in this thing. CU looking to keep them at bay as they're up by 5 goals.
That was Carter that lost the ball for Concordia-Irvine. Now the Buffaloes will get it back. And with a fresh shot clock, 3:45 left in the game, they'll kill a lot of time during this possession, and they'll definitely take their time.
Yeah, they're going to slow play it here and just basically milk it as much as they can. You just want to keep the ball in your stick. No need to shoot. Good thing to know out there is the sport of lacrosse is growing, and there's a high demand for refs. We have plenty in the stands behind us tonight. He'll be wearing stripes in no time.
Looking for a shot or looking for a lane to shoot, or at least acting like he's looking for a lane to shoot as he was driving in towards the net. The Buffaloes will still continue to take their time. Still 30 seconds left on the shot clock. More players gain more time here, and that's a save made there by Schweckart. Not a very hard shot as it was right at his stick, and a pretty easy save there. And
yeah, sweet little dodge there from the mid-wing from George Candle, freshman from Kent, Denver, Colorado. As a Colorado native, love to see the in-state talent from high school coming to play at CU instead of going to other programs who are up north that we will not name. They've traditionally had some more of the in-state players. Love to see some of the Colorado guys, local guys, playing out here for the Buffs.
They who shall not be named.
Yeah, we don't like to mind our things with the opinions of the little things like the little Rams up there. Good shot from number 29, my boy George Candle. Got a speedy little dodge, nice release. See if he can get one here as some of the younger guys are trickling in.
So for players that want to come play here, or players that see this as an opportunity to come play lacrosse, what's something that stands out about the Colorado lacrosse program as they score there to add on to their team? And what stands out about the Colorado lacrosse program team, or even the University of Colorado in general, that makes it special and really wants players to come here?
Yeah, I mean, I could kind of give a long-winded answer, but I'll try to be succinct. If you're being recruited for lacrosse, if you're going to the top 30 lacrosse D1 programs, NCAA. Those are great schools, usually full universities. You'll get a traditional college experience. After that, it kind of drops off into some of the smaller schools, and guys don't always maybe want to go to a smaller school. So that's kind of where the club game steps up. You can get a full college experience. And part of the reason that makes the CU program so special is head coach John Galvin, what he's built here, he treats it as if it is an NCAA Division I program, minus some of the funding and resources. But you work out practice 5 to 6 times a week. That's in the spring. 3 to 4 workouts, same as in the fall. I mean, you're a full-time lacrosse player, and you're really playing at the highest level and pushing yourself and your team. And then also the culture and the camaraderie. I know there's some guys on the broadcast listening right now who I was fortunate enough to play with under my 4 years. And I still hang out with those guys and live with a couple of them. So really the community and culture that's built off of it is pretty special and unique. And the alumni base is active and keeps in touch with each other and looks out for something they'll carry with you forever. And I'd definitely say is very special.
We get a timeout here, and with 1:32 left in the fourth quarter, the Buffaloes have a 16-10 lead, and things are just about wrapped up. So we will be back in about 30 seconds for the final 90 seconds. Stay tuned. Back here on Buff Sports Live for the final 92 seconds of play. Colorado with a 16-10 lead here at the 40th parallel, as our old friend Jake Shapiro used to say, as Baseline Road represents the 40th parallel on a map. And so it's pretty cool that it's here in Colorado. Cool little landmark, and we are right by that, as this game is all but wrapped up, as there's just some seconds that need to tick off the clock.
Yeah, a little around-the-world shot there from Ben Willows. As I said earlier, he likes to get creative and has a pretty good stick handle. Try it succinctly, just got to have a shout-out to the Ben Willows OG brother lookalike, Jordan Shaparsky, who is now with the Lacrosse Network, was a BFA major here and is around filming and editing professional lacrosse, telling stories of pro lacrosse players and helping grow the game. So shouts out to Jordan Shaparsky. And
lacrosse is growing tremendously, especially throughout the youth levels here in the United States. It's taken a crazy increase of number of players in the past 8 or so years, and it's really a growing sport as the Buffaloes add to their lead, now up 17-10.
That was number 44, Jack Carr on the goal. A little salt in the wound as the goalie was out of the cage. They were trying to double the ball, so the goalie takes a guy on. But there's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Doesn't matter a huge deal, but Concordia defense did not take kindly to it, and they were a little upset.
As a coach, so you're a coach for Denver Elite. You said you work with a lot of high school students. What's different between the high school and either D1 teams in college for lacrosse or club teams like CU?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing and the difference in the game at the high school level is just the level of skill. You have 1 or 2 guys per team that are very talented, and you kind of rely on them heavily. Where here in the college game, I mean, you'll see anywhere from 3 to 7 people score goals in a game. It's a bit more team-oriented as people's skill and stick levels get higher. Looks like we have a timeout for Concordia, maybe a possible injury. 32 seconds left to go. And also then in kind of comparison, the club game to MCLA compared to NCAA, the biggest thing I would say is their depth, where you have the first-line middies here in the club level can really score if you kind of win against a D1 team, but then after that there's a little bit of drop-off. Where at the club level, the NCAA level, those guys, their D middies are talented. The IQ's a bit higher, just a bits of those things, but the level of effort across NCAA and MCLA is very high and has been definitely a growth for the game as it provides a different avenue. And I think the most important thing for high school kids out there that you really want to see is them going to a program in a college that fits them and will help them graduate and enjoy their experience and get the most out of it, regardless of what level that is at. That's really all you kind of want to see for someone so that they're happy.
Well, right now, since it is March, I'll give you a little March Madness update. At the start of the second quarter, the number 1 seed University of North Carolina leads Washington, a Pac-12 team, 44-36, and Washington's hanging in there. UNC is a good team. So what I was saying earlier is, and to some other people, is the Pac-12 was not very well represented this year in football or basketball, and it would be very big for the Pac-12 in general if one of their teams went far in the tournament. And Oregon has a good shot of going to the Sweet 16 against UC Irvine, and Washington's hanging in there against UNC.
Yeah, for the Conference of Champions, they've kind of had a dull year. You know, some of those stories are coming out about the head of the Pac-12 and kind of some of the shady stuff he's got going on. Wondering if that's taken away from the conference's development. But would love to see Washington upset UNC. I thought CU in the Pac-12 tournament had a good shot against Washington and maybe could have gotten an automatic qualifier. And that will blow the final whistle as CU will win 17-10 here at Kittredge Field on a sun-dressed green day. Thank you guys for joining us, James. Thanks for letting me follow your lead. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, so for the Buffalo's final regular season home game, they wrap it up 17-10. And for all of us here at Buff Sports Live, we want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.